Godzilla. Oh my god, that was the most horrifying sound you guys have ever heard. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? It's good to see you. We're here. I probably lagged out and also was like just now when I was trying to talk to you guys because, yep, there it is, looking on my phone. I'm lagging real hard. That's a bummer. Wow, that looks absolutely terrible. This was supposed to be a new setup that was all going to be exciting and it was going to look great, and it doesn't. It looks terrible. So it's an exciting way to start our first stream with what was supposed to be crystal clear new pictures. So just fantastic. Looks like maybe it has settled down now. I hope so. We're going to do our best, but but what are you going to do? So guys, it is Monday night. It's Nerds in Suits live. I spent a bunch of time today troubleshooting and trying to get everything figured out. I thought I had figured out how to stream in HD at a higher frame rate. I thought I had gotten that all sorted out. Streamlabs is figured out. There's a bunch of cool stuff going on here. But bottom line, hopefully there's no more crazy lag. It looked like it might have just been a really, really bad start to the show. And now hopefully I've caught up. So hopefully it doesn't lag too much. But anyway, guys, as you can see, I think the picture should look clearer. I don't think it looks as blurry as it did last week because I think I have now figured out how to actually be able to stream in 1080p. We have the whole kind of room set up. I have Streamlabs linked now and set up properly. So I believe when you donate, I think it's going to pop up on the screen, and maybe you'll even hear it, but probably not because Macs have a stupid setting with desktop audio. So anyway, walk before you can run, I guess is what they say. That's not really what we're here to talk about tonight, though. We're here to talk about a bunch of other stuff. Tonight we are here to talk about the big announcement, the announcement that I put out there earlier today when I announced this show, and I just put it on Twitter as well. And that is that I'm going to be releasing at least the first song, if not the first two songs, from my upcoming EP on the 5th of April. That's the day, guys, 5th of April, which also incidentally happens to be the birthday of my best friend, Andrew Guy. That is his birthday, so there you go. But on top of the fact that it is Andrew's birthday, I will very excitedly be putting out this music that I've been working so hard for such a long time on, and does mean a lot to me. So let me just make sure that I can hear what's going on with my computer. And does mean an awful lot to me. So that will be the deal. The 5th of April, it is a Monday, so I'll be able to put it out the same day. Hey, look at this. My dad, Glenn Leachman, because that's my legal last name. So a lot of you guys know this. My dad is in the chat here. He's saying hello. So, hey, Dad, good to see you in here. But I don't know that I've ever actually shared that publicly on air before. Maybe I have. I probably have. I think we did on one of the interviews with Kate Mulligan, maybe. Anyway, bad video lag, says Glenn Leachman. Yeah, hopefully it's... Thank you for letting me know that. It does appear that the video lag is pretty garbage, but it seems like from what I can see on my end, it's maybe caught back up and it's not as bad now. So maybe that's just you, Dad. I don't know. Either way, guys, it will be the 5th of April will be the day, and then of course the 10th of April, which is going to be the album preview show. So I'll be putting out a song on Monday, possibly two songs, and then on that Saturday night, the 10th, I will be doing a full performance with obviously all of the stuff that is on the record, the songs that I'll be releasing on that Monday, and then everything else. Because in theory right now the EP is going to have 5 originals and 1 cover. I will be playing, a full everything that's on the album, plus some other stuff. The first show I played for you guys only ended up having something in the range of 4 or 5 original songs, and of the new stuff, only 1 or 2 of them was new. So this one is going to be a little bit more reversed. It's going to be 7 of the new songs with maybe 5 or so covers. So that's the current plan. That's what we're thinking about doing. I'm real excited about it. It's been a long journey to build towards this and get ready for this release, and it means a lot to me. It means an awful lot to me. So I'm definitely super, super pumped about it. And thank you guys all for showing up to hang out with me on this Monday night. So let's see what's going on. What we want to talk about here. I think the first thing probably to start with is going to be we are going to talk about a couple of donations, Streamlabs and Super Chat donations that we have gotten recently in the last little while. So let's see here. The first one is, so this is from our girl Claire. You guys know Claire. She's very generous. She popped into the study session this last week, and she was in there hanging with us. And her donation here is a very generous donation, and it says, "For the study sessions crew, watching you all was amazing. The amount of time, effort, and work you do every week is nothing short of astounding. All the props, praise, and shout outs to you guys every week because you guys are incredible. Truly the real MVPs." Claire, thank you. I know that the study session crew thanks you for that. It's an amazing crew of people that work so hard and do such a good job, and really, make my life better with all the work that I'm doing to try to get this sorted out with this season in the Movie Trivia Schmodown. So a huge thank you to you guys, and a big thank you to Claire for that donation. Really, really generous of you, and always such a wonderful thing to, even when I'm not streaming, when I see him pop up, I'll see the Streamlabs pop up on my phone, and it's always such like a cool, nice little shot in the arm of positivity. So thank you so much for that, Claire. The next one here, another good one, is from JD Domash, another really, really super generous one. And this is, a lot of you guys know JD. He's call sign Public Enemy #1 over in the Action Army. "I have been having so much fun. Thanks for creating such a positive community between Action and Nerds in Suits, among others, over the years. It's been nice to a couple of places that I know I can go without judgment. Hope this helps with your move." JD, it absolutely helps with my move. As many of you know, and I have talked about before, moving can be incredibly expensive. It is a whole thing. It is a whole thing, and I am very, very, very proud of the fact that I have such a wonderful crew of people that support what I do and are invested in making stuff like a move, easier and easier to bear. And you guys are awesome. So thank you so much for that. And then today, earlier this afternoon, I got one here from Ryan R. "Thanks for all the great content this past week. You really put out a ton of stuff. Don't forget to sleep." So Ryan is a newer patron, somebody who just kind of he's been around as a fan of a lot of the stuff that I do, that I've done with Andrew Guy for a long time, and with Alex Kessler over on the Masters of Modern, and sent in a great donation last week that we talked about, and just wanted to congratulate and send some positive vibes. So Ryan, thank you so much for that. That's really, really awesome of you. And there you go. So that's the donations so far in the show. Let me know, guys, how are we doing in the chat here as far as levels? How's our sound? How's our lag? Are we glitching in and out? How's it all looking for you guys? I kind of thought I had this thing figured out, and from what I can see on screen here, it looks like it's going a little better. But also, I don't know, and it's hard to tell. So I guess you guys let me know how it's working for you. If it looks clear, it looks clearer than last week. There's still always some amount of troubleshooting that has to get done. It might just be that my computer's getting old. That's what I was talking to Drew about earlier, and he was telling me. And I was like, it's a MacBook Pro from like 2018. I mean, you'd think these things are built to be pretty strong machines. I should be able to stream. Like, I should be able to stream in 1080p. I wouldn't have thought that was going to be too much of a problem, but he was like, I don't know, man. Even just a few years can be. Sound seems to only be coming from the left, says Jack. Is that something that's shared from the rest of the crew here? Let me know, guys. But I'll continue to work on it and try to evolve and develop this, because obviously with the move, I really want this space to be. Perfect, and I've been working really hard at it. And I've got some great stuff here behind me that suggests that it is perfect. I've got LA Guns over here at the top. I got Tom Petty there under that. It was a gift from my family for Christmas this last year. Obviously, I've got the big Swayze one behind me here. And then this over here is a Black Lives Matter painting. It was a big painting my mother did in Seattle about 6 months ago. And it's hung all over Seattle. It was like a piece of public art. And she sent me one, and I was proud to have it on my wall. So that's kind of my background stuff now. And guys, we're kind of settling in now. So I am very, very, very pumped for what's coming next with music. Brandon Buck says, make sure stereo audio is turned on. I'll have to double check that next time because obviously once you are streaming, they make it very hard for you to make changes. Let's double check it and see. Yes, channels, it is on stereo. So maybe that's just coming from Wonderland. I don't know. Speaking of only from the left, confirmed, Dan South. Good Lord. There's always something, isn't there? Always something. Speaking of Wonderland, I will be facing off against Jack Mayer this Wednesday in our Nerds in Suits weekly study session that we do every single Wednesday at 6:15 Pacific Standard Time. The whole thing is orchestrated by and run by Megs. As you guys know, Megs, an invaluable piece of the Nerds in Suits and Action community, a talented broadcaster and somebody who is a genius with stats. We couldn't do it without Megs, and I am very, very thankful and grateful to have Megs in my corner. So Megs is arranging and setting up this head-to-head face-off with me and Jack, and it's going to be a damn good one. It's going to be a fantastic one. I'm taking this one real seriously. This will be the fourth one of these, once a month for the patrons at the Diamond tier. I select a random Diamond tier patron that's interested, and we do a straight up 5-round head-to-head. Now, it's not streamed live or anything like that. It is all done behind the scenes. But I try to take them pretty seriously, especially now that we're in season. The Schmodown season is really rolling along, and we're kind of really in it now. So this is invaluable practice. My first match of the season was revealed, and it is going to be happening soon. And it's going to be me versus Mark Riley, which will be a great matchup. It's a matchup I'm very excited for. It's one that I have a lot of optimism about how it's going to fare for me. But I'm trying to go into this match with Jack on Wednesday with a real sense of like a real sense of consideration. My father now says, now I have a good stream. Yeah, it was glitchy at the beginning. There's something with OBS when I run the intro video, the transitioning out of it. It lags really hard trying to catch up right afterwards. So troubleshooting, stuff we'll have to figure out. I think now I'm watching on my computer here while I talk. So I heard that. Did you guys all just hear? That? Because we just got an alert. We just got a notification that came through, and I'm not 100% sure if you guys can hear it, but hopefully you can. I know you should be able to see it any second. In theory, it's going to pop up on screen here in 3, 2. There it is. Look at that. Kyle, the K-Wolf with the $10 Streamlabs donation. If you guys notice, that's Swayze, and it's Swayze doing Tai Chi naked. Yeah, no audio from Alert. Yeah, it's a thing on Macs. It doesn't automatically take your desktop audio. You have to run like a different program. To get your fucking desktop audio to work. I went through this recently with Drew, and so that's another piece of troubleshooting we'll have to do, but one step at a time. So I've got alerts in here for subscribers, super chats, and Streamlabs donations, all with different gifts. So thank God you guys all were able to see the glory that was Patrick Swayze doing naked. I don't think he's doing naked Tai Chi, right? He's got pants on. It's she walks in, I think, or maybe he is naked. I'm trying to remember. There's definitely a scene in the movie when there's a woman who sees Swayze doing some sort of karate or like Tai Chi naked, and it's a glorious scene. Obviously, right there, Matador de Alegual. That's our Portuguese. It's our Portuguese Roadhouse poster there on the back on the wall behind me. So excellent. It's a good Swayze. It's a good Swayze one. Jack says, this match will one of either two ways. Either I'll get absolutely annihilated or somehow spin a strong wheel category. There's just one, and maybe get to round 5. We shall see. I'm very excited to see how this whole thing goes. So anyhow, guys, a big thank you to Kyle, whose donation I'm going to read now. Very excited for the songs that drop in April. Just show my usual support. Salute my friend and keep up the great work. Dungeon Squad going to rock this season. # Dean Bateman for life. My guy Kyle cannot be stopped. Legend. Always in here with the donations. Speaking of which, because he's often very generous in the Schmodown Backstage donations, tomorrow is going to be a great Schmodown Backstage. And I'll talk a little bit more about my music in a minute here, guys, because there's big stuff coming and there's a lot to talk about with it. But tomorrow on Schmodown Backstage, I've got John Kaiser, greatest manager in the Schmodown, Winston Marshall, 2 managers that have 2 players going head-to-head this Friday to kick off the Schmodown season. And also, PJ Campbell coming on as my 3rd guest. So I've got 3 awesome guests. We should get some great talk about the matches coming up on Friday. On top of which, PJ is going to be going through a bunch of different stuff with the questions, the wheel this year, a lot of the stuff that we're doing. And we probably will have a conversation about most of the rest of the categories. It depends. I think instead of a mini match tomorrow, we will reveal some of them to begin the show. And if we can get to our donation goal, I think probably we'll reveal the entire list. So on our action root of the question show the other day, we revealed 5 categories. And there's something like 55 others. So I know we'll probably start by going through like the top 10 or 15 additional categories that are awesome. And then if you guys all want to figure it out tomorrow on the show, and that's something you guys want, we can figure out a donation level to get the rest of them revealed as well. So should be a super fun show. I'm looking forward to it. Backstage, as always, a great time. And it does seem like now it does seem like now, as I'm watching the stream, we have clean video, we have clean audio, and it does look clearer and more HD than it did. So that's a good thing for Backstage. It makes the show and the Schmodown look a little bit more pro. So that's a good thing. Now, the matches on Friday. We've got Molly Damon going head-to-head with Laura Kelly, and of course Mara Kanopik going head-to-head with Chandru Dandapani. Big matchups. Two ladies on my faction going head-to-head with a couple very, very decorated players over on the Swag Squad. People have a lot of questions about this matchup. People are wondering, is Molly Damon prepared? Is she up to snuff with Laura Kelly? You hear people asking that question. I think these are both players that have a lot to offer. My money's on Molly Damon. We were so fortunate to get Molly in the draft where we got her, so that was really, really exciting, and I know how focused she is. And then on the other end of things, you've got Mara Kanopik, the Brown Dwarf star, going head-to-head, of course, with Chandru the Chosen. Look, Chandru's a great player. He has elevated that Inner Geekdom division to, I think, a new height. I think right now where he's playing and where he's played recently, really, really very impressive player. Mara Kanopik's a champion. She's got the heart of a champion. She's got the drive of a champion, the will of a champion. She wants that title back. She's busting her butt to get that title back. Again, maybe I'm biased. Maybe I'm biased because I got two people in this fight that both are on my faction. But I got a lot of faith in what Mara's going to bring to the table on this one. So I'm really excited about Friday. I think it's going to be a great time. It kicks off what's going to be an incredible season. There's just so much ground to cover. There's mountains to climb. Huge matches Christian's been announcing. So much cool stuff going on there. So not to mention all these new categories. There's just going to be so many new questions and things that we haven't seen before. So that is going to be Friday. I can't wait in preparation for Friday. Of course, anybody in here who is not already a part of our Schmodown study sessions on Wednesday that wants to, you just have to join patreon.com/nerdsandssuits at the platinum tier or above, and you can sit in on the sessions. At the diamond tier, you can enter your name in to be selected once a month to go head-to-head with me. If that's something you guys want to do, we have a great time. The sessions are about an hour and a half long, and since Dan Merle has joined the dungeon, he's been jumping in there with us, so I get to play the last couple weeks kind of head to head with Dan Merle in scrimmages, and then this week Dan will be kind of playing along. So it's been a great time having Dan there. You guys do such an incredible job with it, and I feel, once, as I always say, very, very fortunate to have you in my corner. Megs is in here. Hey Megs, how you doing? So that's going on this Friday. It's gonna be a huge one. So let's talk a little bit about this album release and the show and all that stuff. This is stuff that's very, very near and dear to my heart. So a number of you guys yesterday jumped into the Studio Diary session with me, and the Studio Diary is something that I do in theory twice a month. Those last couple months it's been a little bit hectic, but normally it's every 2 weeks on a weekend afternoon. I jump into an unlisted stream for 1 hour, and I show you guys what I'm working on. I work through a bunch of songs. I've actually written part of a song in this before with you guys live, so that's a thing that we do. And yesterday we had a great Studio Diary. It was really, really fun. It was jam-packed. I think I played like 8 or 9 songs. I played you guys a lot of the front runners here. Oh, did you guys see? Did you guys see that? Looks like Swayze in there. Bucks, I know you paid the money because you just wanted to see the glorious shoulders and chest and mane of Swayze. It's a hell of a thing. It's a beautiful thing. Bucks here with the Streamlabs Nation. I agree with what you say about Megs. She's amazing. These study sessions flow so well because of Megs. I am so hyped for Schmodown. Yay, movie trivia. #war. You and me both, buddy. You and me both. So yeah, I just lost my train of thought for a second. We had a great Studio Diary, and it was a great time, and I got to go through a lot of different options with you guys and play you some of the stuff I'm working on, because David bought a house in Nashville. He's getting ready to move. He's going to be moving in about 2 weeks, and so once he moves, there's still a strong chance of getting to work with them, whether it's in Nashville or it's working remotely, but it's going to interrupt the process. And I was trying to release the album this summer, so I'm probably going to have to switch and work with a different producer. There had been a moment when he got married when we kind of slowed down. We had slowed down. Ben, you are looking so much older in that thumbnail. Are we talking about the thumbnail with the glasses? Yeah, well, I'm aging. What can I say? I've started to moisturize this face, but I'm still aging. Nothing we can do about that aging over there. Um, but there's another producer, a friend of mine named Keith, who I've done some work with, who I think there's a decent chance I could get some songs done with Keith. But right now we have the first two songs on the album recorded. They're recorded. They're mostly mixed. They're pretty ready to go. So the two songs that potentially will be released on April 5th. I know for a fact I will be releasing a song called, tentatively calling it I'm Sorry for Tonight, which a number of you have heard. I played it at my show back in November. I've gotten to play the mix for a lot of you guys in the studio there a few weeks ago. That will be the first song, and probably Late Night Love Song will get released the same day. That's what I think is happening. We're kind of moving towards getting all the stuff set up. I'm applying for all the Spotify and Apple Music, and I've got to get all that stuff submitted and verified and whatnot. So, it's a slow process, but we're also only 6 weeks or so away from this thing really starting. Since I announced this thing back in June of last year, I was super super pumped about it, and it was something that meant a lot to me. And slowly but surely, as Dan South asks, is it primarily you on guitar or studio musicians? All of the acoustic guitar, all of the vocals are me, and then some of the lead guitar parts or like the accents are me. All the rest of the stuff, the programmed drums, the bass, the keys, that's all David. So we kind of do it together, and that's very similar to how we used to do Fight the Moon stuff back when we were kids. But yeah, I'm really proud of it. It sounds like what I wanted it to sound like. The friends that I have been able to preview these tracks for have given me really great responses. Some of you guys that have gotten to hear them have given great responses, and I think it's really starting to come together. So I have to figure out what the third song I'm going to do with David is, because we have a couple weeks left. So we're hoping to get one more song tracked before he leaves. And then from there, it's a question of what else is going to make it on the album. I have a pretty good sense of the third track. Probably it'll be a song called Happiness, which is the one that a lot of you guys have heard before, and a song that I like a lot. It's definitely one that I've played a few times. And then there's, another group of about a half dozen, a lot of which I played in the studio diary yesterday, and I feel pretty good about a lot of those songs. So it's figuring out which are the best one or two, and then what the cover is going to be, because I would like to have one cover on the album. Some of the covers I've been considering have been Hysteria by Def Leppard, Fallen Angel by Poison. It's one that I've played a lot that I love. There's a kind of a slowed down version of American Girl that I've played that I really, really enjoy. There's Free Fallin', which I think there's an argument that the cover that should be on the album just is Free Fallin'. It's the one I've played the most now. It's the one that I've had the most fun playing. And I think it's a strong song, and I mean, obviously it's a strong song. It's one of the best songs of all time, but it's a very representative song, I think, of what this last 6 months to a year creatively for me has been with music. And so maybe that's the one. I'm kicking around a few different options, different ones that stand out to me as possibilities, and ultimately, I'll have to decide all that. But so I'll be putting on, I will be putting out at least one song on the 5th, probably two. And then on the 10th of April, I will be playing a show. And just like last time, back in November when I played the show, it will be on Stage It. The link to buy tickets for it is actually in the description of this video. I created it earlier today. This time it's 6 weeks from now. Tickets are $10. It'll be probably in the same range, 45 to 50 minutes. It'll be on Saturday, the 10th of April. It will be in the evening. So I think 6:30 or 7 is when I scheduled it for. I think 7 o'clock is when I scheduled it for. And yeah, it's going to be just like last time, but it will be primarily originals this time instead of primarily covers. And so this will be sort of the last show I do. This will be the last show I do digitally, I think, before the small tour I'm planning at the end of the summer. I think the tour that I'm planning on doing, it'll be about 6 or 7 shows, 6-ish probably, about a half dozen. It'll be probably August or September. I mean, hopefully, obviously, this is dependent on the pandemic and the vaccinations at that point. Are you going to sell the recording by any chance? Asks Ryan. When you ask sell the recording, do you mean am I going to sell an album or a recording of the show itself? The album will be coming out in the summer. So the plan currently is that I would do these first 2 songs probably April 5th. And that in theory, if I can get the rest of the album tracked and mixed in time, the album would release in June. I would like to, in a perfect world, release the full album on my birthday on June 6th. That would be the goal. That'd be the ideal situation. So June 6th, release the album, and then do like a 6-show thing at the end of August. So that's where I'm at right now. I am super duper excited about it. It feels like I'm getting close to this next big step, this sort of jump, move forward in my life kind of a thing. As I've told a lot of you guys, I really want 2021 to be about music. That's where I want to end up. I want to be in a position where at the end of the year, it accounts for a large portion of my income, and I've grown that audience, and it all starts on the 5th of April. So it's definitely a big, exciting thing. Ryan says a recording of the show would be great. I'm getting married that day, so I don't think I'll catch it. That's awesome, Ryan. Congratulations, man. That's really, really great. April 5th, you're getting married. That's amazing. Yeah, I didn't record the last one, and I wish I had. So maybe I'll figure out a way to record this one now. Instead, it wouldn't be too hard. I probably would just have to have the mic. I would probably just need to record the audio on my computer and record the video from a separate source than the one that is streaming, which wouldn't be too hard. So maybe we do that. I could always just like screen capture too, or have somebody else do it from their end. Lucas asks, are you releasing a CD or is it only like Spotify and stuff? I will be releasing, I believe, a vinyl pressing of the record. That's the plan. Nobody really has CD players anymore, so it doesn't really make a difference. Like as far as like if you like put out a CD or a vinyl, like on some level, people still have CD players in their cars, but a lot of people just don't have them anymore. So the method that you release the album, it's not even really very much about people playing the physical media, because I think most people will just stream it. They'll listen to it on YouTube, or they'll play it off Spotify or on Apple Music. But what you want to have is a piece, something that represents it, so that, you know, somebody can actually have the thing. And so the plan is to press it on vinyl so that it's like a larger, you know, it looks cool, right? It looks great. That way, if you guys, you know, if you actually, because a lot of you, like a number of you who are in this chat here have been patrons since day one. I'd have to go back and look at all the tiers, but I know that I think every 5-star, sorry, not 5-star, that's Action. Every Infinity patron, I think, just gets a signed copy of the record mailed to them. That's just part of the sign up. And I'm pretty sure the Double Diamond people, I can't remember all the levels, but there is a promise of a physical album going to a number of people already to start with. And so I think what I'll probably do, I can't imagine I'll press a lot of them, because, you know, I don't think I'm going to sell that many physical albums, but I do think more than likely I'll press at least a few hundred copies of it on vinyl. Maybe I'll start with like 200. And that way, because I'm about to buy a turntable here, I'm going to get a record player here. And I think like touring, it would be really, really fun to be able to sell vinyl, like to be able to actually sell a larger piece, because even if you don't want to play it, you can still put it up like on your wall, or you can have it. It's like a souvenir. It's like a poster, you know, it looks cool. So that is the plan, is to press it on vinyl and put it up digitally in all the different places. Get this show out on April 10th. And, of course, Rohan Chowdhury, is there a vinyl and digital combo? Well, the digital, when it comes to actually selling it, like selling the digital, I'll have to figure that out, because people don't really buy music digitally too often. I know some people do because they want to support, and that's something else. So I'm sure like it will be available like to buy on the iTunes store eventually, but I think I'll probably figure out some kind of exclusives. My guess right now for what I'm planning on doing with this show as well is I'll do the show, and then I think so it's $10 for a ticket, and there's more of them available this time. Last time I capped it at 50. This time I'm selling 100. I'm selling 100 seats, which who knows if 100 people will buy tickets to this show. It seems lofty to think people would, but also this is like the first sort of real show. It's the first like major show of all pretty much new material that coincides with the release of music. So hopefully that's, you know, I'm able to sell those tickets and people get excited and they want to watch it. Stage it worked pretty well last time. It definitely, there didn't seem to be any issues with the audio last time, which is great. And then, yeah, once that show's done, I get the music out there. look, guys, in a perfect world, it kind of catches on. Some people hear it who haven't heard it before. Maybe Spotify puts it on like a playlist of the week kind of a thing. Hopefully it just gets out there in some way more than the couple, few people who follow what I do and are interested in it, and we can make something happen with it. So look, it's a huge thing. This is like a big step forward. Garth asks, do you already have an artist line to come up your album cover? I haven't figured out what to do yet. My mother offered. She would like to do my album cover for me. She's an unbelievable painter. A lot of you guys know that. She did my brother's album cover, Sasha Mani, and it looks awesome. But I also worry about asking my mom for that if she offered, and then if she did it and I didn't like it, I would feel kind of weird having her do this original piece, and then if I feel like it didn't represent what I wanted, so I'm almost like worried about that, because I would never want to hurt my mother's feelings. And my mother listens to these streams, so she may be hearing this, and I had this thought, but I hadn't communicated this, so this would be a weird thing for her here on stream. But I can't imagine I wouldn't like her work, because she does incredible work. It's just, put yourself in that position, right? Why it takes a lot of time and energy to do something like that for someone. So I would hate to be in a position where that happens. So that's kind of what I'm at. I haven't really totally thought about what I want to do yet. Also, I think there's a decent possibility that I think a photograph is more of the angle that I want to go than like an original painting. But yeah, I agreed, Garth. I know it would be really cool. So maybe that's the move. Maybe I just jump in and just trust as a world-class artist that of course what she creates is going to be great, because what she creates is great every time. Has everybody here already subscribed to the channel? Because if you haven't, if you are watching and you have not already clicked subscribe on this channel, would somebody click subscribe, please? Because I want to see if that notification works. We saw the Streamlabs one pop up twice on the show, so we know that one works. If somebody could test the subscribe one, that would be great. But if you're all already subscribed, then you're all already subscribed, and that's just going to be what it's going to be. So yeah, it's that's kind of where we're at, guys. That's the next steps with music. There are going to be some really, really fun things to work on as far as like what the cover is going to be. That's definitely a place to go. And then there's also a lot of really, really cool music that I'm currently writing. I've been coming up with a lot of new stuff. LC Pac-Man just subscribed. Let's see. Man, and now I can see it's glitching. It's like lagging really hard all of a sudden, which is a bummer. Just subscribe. I have not gotten any notifications on a subscription, so that is a bummer. No, it looks like a couple people just said. Looks like a couple people just said they subscribed, and I didn't hear the notification, so I don't know if that is gonna work. But it does look like the lag that we were worried about is coming in hard on us. Yeah, I can see all of a sudden we're lagging. So I don't really know what to do about it, guys. It's just gonna be something that I'll have to keep working on. Yeah, man. I wish that life was easier when it came to live streaming. I wish that it wasn't always the same, that it wasn't this same shit every time, where it's like you sit there and you're trying to broadcast and you're trying to focus, but then you just get distracted. You get distracted by a chat, or you get distracted by this garbage technical specs. It's like, how does this stuff happen? It never seems easy. It always should be, and it's just not. So hopefully you guys can hear me at least clearly, and hopefully I'm not cutting out audio as well. But anyway, we'll switch off that for now, and if it keeps lagging, it keeps lagging. I do think that tonight, maybe before the stream is over, I might want to play a song or two for you guys. I was thinking about maybe playing a little music on the stream tonight before we got out of here in a little bit. We'll see how we do, though. If the lag is really intense, then we may have to end the stream early, because I don't really know what to do about it. Yeah, embrace the live imperfection, says Cam. I wish, Cam. I just wish it wasn't always something. It seems to always be something. You know what I mean? It never seems to be easy. So what else did I want to talk to you guys about that was going on? Last week, I talked to you guys a little bit about a couple things. One of them was that I had started to get really into the idea of consuming movie content that had to do with music. It's a really, really nice way to keep yourself invested and inspired in the artistic process. So I suggested this movie called Song to Song. We talked about it last week as kind of like a movie of the week type of thing. It's directed by Terrence Malick, 2017, I believe. It stars Ryan Gosling, Rooney Mara, Kate Blanchett, Michael Fassbender, and it's a weird movie. I watched it. I watched it last week, and it's an interesting. Yeah, a video is jerky, but audio flows well, says Garth. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, and it does seem like maybe perhaps our subscription notification is not working, because I did not get any of those subscription notifications. If they came in, it looked like a few people subscribed. But I watched this movie, this Terrence Malick movie, and I wanted it to be, and I also just saw a super chat come in from Mukbang, and I didn't get the notification, so I wonder if, okay, there it is, just came in. Let's see, Mukbang says, you sound great on the mic and guitar. I like the movie covers you did. Did you ever collaborate with producers outside your wheelhouse genre? I think you must be talking about the show I used to do. By the way, OBS on Mac has always been terrible. Yeah. Look at that. You guys see that? We got a little schmodown GIF there. It's the alert. So I'll answer that one there in a second here, but just talking about Song to Song first. So, Song to Song is this movie that I'd wanted to watch. It has a great stacked cast. There's not really very much music in the movie, which is kind of a bummer. It seemed like it would have a much kind of cooler connection to music, but it really doesn't. Like, Ryan Gosling plays a guitar for like a minute or two of the movie. You don't really see much music in the movie otherwise, though. You kind of see like some like Texas, you like see some musicians, but that's kind of about it. You don't really see a whole lot else. Movie was slow, kind of weird. Wasn't my favorite. Just was kind of a little boring. Didn't really keep me captivated for very long. But it was still an interesting exercise to watch it. It's definitely could have been good. And I think on the whole, the performances were pretty strong. Fassbender's kind of always great. He's really good. Blanchett's barely in the movie. Rooney Mara, who's really the main character in the film, she's really good. She was really good in the movie. So, I don't know if I'd recommend it to you guys, but cool, kind of weird, kind of interesting. Did the stream go down? Because it certainly seems like it. Or is it just lagging like crazy? Yeah, talk to me, guys. What's going on? It looks like the stream has gone down, perhaps. I have seen once. You guys tell me what's going on here. Because it does not look like it skipped like a record. Huh. All right. So, oh man, black for a second, but we're back. It's so laggy. I know. I can see. We were good for like 30 minutes, and then we were good, and then it just went nuts on us. Yeah, guys. I think it's probably time to end this one. I don't really know how to fix it or what to do about it, but unfortunately, this trial run here does not seem like it's going to work, because I'm sitting here watching it back and I can see it lagging out and glitching like crazy, and it seems really, really bad. So Song to Song, point being, movie that was interesting, but not my favorite movie. I guess the question is, what will be the one that we watch for next week? What is the music movie that we watch next week? So let's look it up really quickly. Top movies about music. I know, Jeremy. I know. Look, man, it doesn't make any sense that this would be as bad as it is. Like, I'm just buying all of the things that you're supposed to buy that are supposed to make this work, and they just are all screwing up. Like, I'm plugged directly in, and yeah, Jeremy or Jose, I want to talk about goals. That's something I'd like to do before we get out of here, but it's the lag is so bad. It just feels like a really, really, really bad show. So it's unfortunately the vibe of the stream is it's kind of dying for me here, guys. This is stresses me out too much to watch it happening. So I think probably let's talk about some music movies here for a minute. Set one up for next week, and then maybe we just get out of here, because Oh, you know what, Cam? That's a great suggestion. The Sound of Metal is pretty incredible. I didn't watch The Sound of Metal, but Riz Ahmed is up for like lots and lots of awards consideration for that one. Um, yeah, I know, man. Bucks. I used to do the stream with StreamYard. That's always what I did, but it broadcasts in 720 and it looks like shit. So it's not really something I wanted to do anymore. I was hoping I could actually stream with OBS like a, you know, like a proper professional, and that's what this was supposed to be. So it's just frustrating because I spent 3 hours today getting everything troubleshot and worked out, and I did an hour-long stream this morning privately that had no lag, and then now this one is just completely falling apart. So I don't know what to do about it. It's life. It happens. I'll continue to troubleshoot it and work on it. But I think that that's a great suggestion. I'm going to watch Sound of Metal. I encourage you guys to do the same thing. Let's watch Sound of Metal. I think that's an awesome suggestion. That's an awesome idea. And yeah, I think that's what we'll go with that. You know, a lot of you guys, I will end with this. Buck says StreamYard allows 1080p streaming, by the way. Well, you'll have to let me know. You'll have to let me know, Bucks, because my understanding right now is that that's not how it works. But as far as goals go, something I told a lot of you guys last week when we were talking about it was that if you change one key piece, one important piece of your environment, it can have a drastic impact on your life. A hugely positive one. You know, as I mentioned, for me, moving has had a hugely positive impact, on my life. It's made me feel so much better, so much more positive, optimistic. And I encourage a lot of you guys to do it. And I encourage a lot of you guys, if you had a thought, to send me your thought in a Patreon message. And by the way, I sent a message out to a lot of you guys yesterday for the studio diary. And I encourage, and unfortunately, it populated my Patreon messages with that most recent message. And because in the past I made the mistake of responding to a group message, what ended up happening was I then responded to a group thread, and I didn't want to do that, and I couldn't figure out necessarily if that was going to happen or not. So I responded to a few of you, and then I was like, I'm going to wait, and then the stream started. So if you didn't get a message from me this week, don't worry. I will be back to sending messages to everybody. I wanted to give a big thank you to Gardo Cervantes, who I saw in the chat earlier, for becoming a patron. I saw you in here for the first time. Thank you so much for that. And I unfortunately am here with the stream because it is bumming me out so much that it's lagging so hard. So I think that's just going to be that, guys. We'll end a little early today. Hopefully I have this figured out completely by next week, and we don't have these issues anymore. Yeah, I know, Cam. I wish I wish everybody had the same situation as you, but for some reason the lag is crazy for everyone else. So I'm going to kill the stream, guys, and I'm going to go try to collect myself and get in a better mood, because at 7:30, Alex Kessler and I are doing a big Magic the Gathering stream announcing a bunch of the ban announcements that came out this morning in the modern format. So I love you all. Thank you for watching. As always, this was a trial run with the new setup. It didn't work. What are you going to do? It happens. We'll be back with our full schedule next week. And I've got good stuff coming in the pipeline as far as additional content on this channel, getting back to some of the shows that are missing. That's right. I meant to answer the question from Mukbang earlier about working with producers outside my wheelhouse genre. Yeah, I love that. I love to work with other people, especially people who bring something to the table that is not my, not really 100% my strength or my comfort zone. I think that's a really, really fun thing to do. So I have done some of that. I have a friend named Matt who lives out in Nashville who worked with Snoop Dogg for years and years, and he and I were working on something at one point together. I think we're going to continue to work on some projects together. So that's definitely something I'm thinking about. So anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all watching. I apologize for this working out the way that it did. It sucks. I'll keep working on it, and all love to everybody in here who supports what we do on Nerds and Suits. We'll be back with hopefully a more complete stream very, very soon. Bye, guys. I will see you all very, very soon.